Welcome to the 2021 iCAN Production Challenge. My name is Kimberly Douglas. I'm the director of the ARC Theater. This summer, we were able to spend 7 weeks with our interns, giving them the opportunity to learn media content creation, audio production, and all of the technical theater aspects such as lighting design, arts administration, stage management. This year, we asked our interns to give themselves an extra challenge of creating their own video and media content. And I'm so excited to see what they've produced.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 2021 Virtual Production Challenge, presented by the iCAN Technical Theater Interns at the ARC Theater. I am your iCAN alum host, Shayla Dunmore. Today, you all will see the many talents and skills of the interns. They were tasked with working with their individual production companies to create a PSA of a partner or program of building bridges across the river. They had to create a short visual podcast featuring a Black-owned business in Ward 7 or 8. And they had to produce and record a song using original beats and lyrics. Once we watch all of the production companies' presentations, we will want to hear from you in the comment section for the crowd participation portion. But before we get started, we'd like to take a moment to recognize our summer instructors. Leading the Arts Administration course, we had Malik Glee. Tavon Wright led our video lighting and production courses. Desney Wharton led the green screen workshops, and Caleb White facilitated the video editing and podcast workshops. Crescent Haynes led live audio engineering and design. And we'd like to give a special shout out to iCAN alum Thomas Tate, who not only led the audio production workshops, but also served as the lead engineer for music produced in today's production challenge. We'd also like to give a huge thank you to Carla Banks and the Europe staff for leading our weekly professional development workshops. Thank you to all the instructors and leaders who worked with us this summer. Okay, moving right along, we have our first production company. Give it up for Jet Production.
Hello, I'm Dr. Yolanda Lewis-Ragland. Welcome to Children's Health Center at the ARC. Do you have a child who lives in Ward 7 or 8 in need of medical care? The Children's Health Center offers a warm and loving environment where your child can receive the best care possible. We pride ourselves on offering a warm experience for your loved ones, and we offer a variety of services like well and sick visits, special needs care, dental checkups, hearing and vision screens, newborn exams, immunizations like flu shots and the COVID-19 vaccine, psychology services that are on site, and we even address school issues like behavior and learning problems. You love your children, and so do we. So contact us at 202-436-3060 and make your appointment today.
Hi, I am Tiana from the iCAN program, and today we have
Anika Hobbs from Nubian Human.
And we will be asking Onika Hobbs about questions about Nubian Human. Okay, my first question is, what does it mean to wear Nubian Human?
To wear Nubian Human? That's a good question. I think what it means to wear Nubian Human is to wear your pride. So I think for us, anything that's bought here is obviously made by a Black or brown person. And, you know, us being Black and brown people, I think it's important for us to see ourselves and be proud of who we are. So wearing Nubian Human means you're wearing your pride.
Do you feel like fashion is undervalued in the Black and brown community?
Do I feel like it's undervalued?
Yes.
Absolutely not. We come from a history of opulent people. You know, Black folks come from where we are regal. And we do this all the time from the start of mankind. We've been wearing things that reflect us and the power and the strength of our spirit and who we are as ourselves. And so I think that has continued through our bloodline to be that. We are the fashion and trendsetters. So no, I do feel like we're undervalued in the Western world, but I think amongst ourselves, we know the glory and the beauty that we are.
I'd also agree. I feel like Black people, as Black African American people, we came up with mostly everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Culture is a big part of the world. So what does arts and culture means to you, and how does it intertwine with your brand?
I mean, arts and culture is everything that we do. New Being Human, the name, what we stand on, is about culture. In particular, mostly Black culture, which is very widespread because, you know, we come from African culture and then we have the diaspora. So for us, arts and culture, I think that's how we express ourselves, and we're just a vessel for that. Just be it in clothing, art, the ingredients in our beauty products, all of that is very important to us. Yeah, so for us, we really focus on contemporary fashion, art, and beauty products that reflect Black people in a positive light. So that's really what we stand upon. Everything that we do, we really try to focus on that being the basis of from which we work. Even when we have events, any artists that we bring in, we ask them that question actually online when they fill out the application. What does your brand do positively? How does it emote positivity within the Black community? So for us, it's just really being positive, self-reflecting, and empowering our community as a whole.
So can you please tell us your origin story about New Being Human?
Sure.
Take us all the way back into where you started.
Yeah, so I think for me, so just to know where I began, my degree is in environmental design interiors, which is interior architecture. So I went to Syracuse University, studied in Italy for a little while. And then when I graduated, my mother was like, you need to get a job because, you know, student loans was coming in. So I need to make it happen. And that's when I started working for H&M for 11 years. I like to tell people a lot of times that I had to humble myself because, you know, you come out of college and you're like, oh, I'm going to get me this bad job. And it didn't work.
I'm going to
like
get
that.
everything I want to get.
Yes, I'm going to wear my suits. I'm going to have my briefcase. I'm going to sit at the desk. And no, I was running racks and I was in the fitting room and I was on my feet all day.
So, do you have anything left off for our viewers, having upcoming projects that you want to share?
Yeah.
Or give us a little sneak peek? Don't tell too much. You know, it's a secret.
I mean, this August, Black August, if you know anything about Black August, as far as liberation and the freedom of Black people in the U.S. So we are honoring that this month. So we have a series called the Black Homage Project, where we're showing documentaries, movies about Black August, and having conversations with community organizers as far as that. We do have Sarah, who is straight out of DC. She'll be doing a signing here next week with a meet and greet. We have a few pop-ups, so businesses.
Pop-up shops?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to have like any in Uptown? Because Uptown, like Georgia Avenue, is known for like having big pop-up shops.
Nope, we do everything in our stores.
Oh, okay.
So the brands come into our stores. So we have one brand who's actually a Howard student is going to be popping up in our Baltimore store tomorrow. And then we have a brand called Adinkra Expo who does like waist beads and all of these accessories from Ghana will be popping up here.
That's nice.
And then every weekend, pretty much, we have a brand either in DC or we have a brand in Baltimore in our stores. So we have all sorts. We have a book signing this month from Kezia Williams.
I feel like you should make a book. I feel like you should make a book.
I should make a book?
Yeah. Telling how you start your business and everything.
Maybe eventually.
We kind of got the inside scoop, you know.
Yeah, you did. But yeah, I mean, we have stuff all the time. So, you know, even if brands want to pop up in our store, they can just fill it out online on our website at newbeinghuman.com. And basically the space is yours. So we have all sorts of things happening all the time.
Thank you for your time. Thanks for having the opportunity to sit right here and talk with us. Sure. Thank you.
I loved it.
And we appreciate you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I appreciate iCAN. iCAN, y'all have done work with us since 2018. So I'm so proud of all the work that you all do.
We're proud of you too for actually supporting us.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are not defined by the color of your skin.
You are not defined by your kin and kin's sins.
You are definitive of the qualities within, and within them are complexities brought when. Multiple peoples of sane sense are divided among and broken yin, and you're not listening, you're barely breathing, just beginning to understand.
Everybody wanna come my way, thinking of the right words to say. Do you see how the sun shine on me? Do you see how I match all the colors of the beat? All the stars in the sun and the sky, they know that we royalty, yeah. Take a look into your dark brown eyes. Do you see what I see in you?
Everybody wanna come my way, thinking of the right words to say. Do you see how the sun shine on me? Do you see how I match all the colors of the beat? All the stars in the sun and the sky, they know that we royalty, yeah. Take a look into your dark brown eyes. Do you see what I see in you?
Pick up your chin, now we feeling the vibe. Your light is bright as the sunshine. I know you trying to survive. My brother's writing this song time.
No one to look to, I cannot decide. I'm shining bright as the spotlight. My people hoping it's alright. We need some help in this hard life.
We are a vein, we are away. You know the game and I know what it takes. You blow it away, blow it away. Blow all the breath, they can't speak, no they can't. You sit on the throne, you don't hesitate. This is yours, it is mine, it is ours. A claim, I was born in the fire, but I made no mistake. I survive in the tundra when you're at stake.
Misconceptions, got no direction. Control the blessing, it's all for you.
Stay connected and show affection. Apply the lessons, it's all for you. Know it's hard and you looking for on the way to go, but you know it's on you. I seen it working for you. You can see it in the dry soil. Yo, 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 yo,
Everybody wanna come my way, thinking of the right words to say. Do you see how the sun shine on me? Do you see how I match all the colors of the beat? All the stars in the sun and the sky, they know that we royalty, yeah. Take a look into your dark brown eyes. Do you see what I see in you?
yo, 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 yo,
Wow, interns are really setting the bar for the first presentation. Please give a virtual applause for Jalen, Elijah, and Tayana with Jet Productions. Next up, we have our second production company, Concrete Roses. Stay tuned to see what they have prepared.
The Ark Farm is a place where people can enjoy healthy, locally grown produce, especially in Wards 7 and 8. JJ, our farm senior manager, says, If you care about yourself, you care about what you eat. With that being said, eating healthy is a form of self-love. Therefore, visiting the ARC's farm will be in your best regard to maintaining your well-being and spreading positivity throughout the community by watching what you eat. Eating healthy comes with multiple benefits such as an alter in emotions, physical health, and a longer lifespan. So, the choice is yours. Let's be happy together and let's be healthy together.
Kiana Jones. I'm the founding executive director here at Carnes Heights Arts and Culture Center. And I'm a one-woman band, so that means I do everything from marketing to programming to accounting, everything that happens here. It's me.
Great. So my first question is, what is the CHACC and what contribution does it make for the community?
So CHACC is a multitude of things. First and foremost, we're in the art gallery. We support local artists, black and brown artists specifically. We do programming and workshops. So we invite people to come in and take some of our classes. But we also partner with other organizations that need space that do programming and workshops. That we're rental space, so the community can come in and use our space any way they need fit. We have some spaces for small businesses. We have small artist studios, and we have an amazing rooftop that the community can use all of.
Artist call. So I was wondering, well, what do you look for in an artist?
Yeah, so I think what you're talking about is one of our biggest events that we have every year. It's called Art All Night. It's a big party that happens all over the city, but of course, Carnes Heights is the best one. Our artist call, we're kind of flexible, really, especially for Art All Night. Like I said before, we try to focus on our black and brown artists, so that's a big thing, being an artist of color. But we accept all mediums, whether it's paint, whether it's digital art, clothes. But for some of our solo exhibitions, the rules are a little bit more rigorous. I wouldn't say rigorous, but we're a little bit more specific with that because you have to be a practicing artist that can cover at least our first floor when we're talking about exhibitions. So you have to have a pretty decent amount of work to show. We ask that our artists are hang ready, which means that your art can literally go up on the wall. Has a wire on the back. We need you to have your prices together, all that type of thing. We really focus on trying to build the artist, not just in displaying their art, but learning how to become a professional artist, and preparing them to go into other galleries that are bigger than ours.
What are some accomplishments that the Carnes Heights Arts and Culture Center are proud of?
Everything we've done. We opened our doors in 2015. Knowing that it would be a struggle because in our community there's a lot more things to care about than art. But we realized that we've been able to really change the viewpoint and the perspective of our people in regards to art, and we've been able to see how art can help, right? Art saves lives is what I believe in. I think it's for everyone. Anybody can use it, and especially in our neighborhood when we have so many things that we go through, like gun violence and poverty, being in a food desert. Art can fill in a lot of the things that we can't. Right. So I think that is one of our biggest accomplishments, that we've been able to change the perspective of art into not only a way to express, but also a way to keep money in your pockets, to find economic stability. So all of our events where we have invited makers and designers that come here and support them, I think are huge. My favorite event is probably the MLK Youth Marketplace, where all of our vendors are under the age of 18. So you really see the youth come out and make money based on the things that they're passionate about. So yeah, I think just being here and being successful over 5 years is an accomplishment in itself.
Okay. What things do the Carnes Heights Arts and Culture Center want to do in the future?
Definitely the things that we're doing. We want to keep doing that, and clearly on a bigger scale. We would love to keep offering low-cost programming, but preferably no-cost programming. So free programming would be amazing to be able to do in the future. Definitely a dream of ours is to create artist housing. So not just creating space for artists to come in and, you know, paint and stuff like that, like the studios that we have now, but actually creating spaces where artists can live and do their art thing. So that's like one of my biggest dreams, is to create CHACC artist housing. Yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So to wrap this all up, what message do you want to convey to all the Black artists out there?
Believe in yourself. Face yourself is one of the things that I say all the time. And it's more so about understanding how your reflection can change the world, right? And I think for artists specifically, we have to really hone into the fact that we're special. We have a different perspective, we have a different talent, and it's a different way to communicate through the world and move through the world. And so I really urge artists to take a real sense of pride and honor that they are who they are, and really delve into their gifts and understand that they could really go and do anything with their actual God-given talent. And so to not give up on that, to push and try and don't give up.
I really like that you said believe in yourself, because sometimes it might seem so cheesy because we hear it every day, but it's really true.
Yeah, once you tap into self and you really connect with who you are, and it's not all these outside things that are messing with you, there's literally nothing that can stop you. There's no way that anybody thinks or anybody says anything about you. None of that will matter once you really tap into yourself. So yes, very important.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
I enjoyed it.
I mean, did you hear about the rose that grew from the crack in the concrete? Proving nature's law is wrong. It learned to walk without having feet. Funny, it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from the concrete when no one else ever cared.
Wow, that was amazing. Show some love in the chat box for Ariana, Mayana, Kanaya, and Javon with Concrete Roses. Before we see our last production company's presentation, we like to take a moment to acknowledge the ARC Theater staff. Kimberly Douglas, director of the ARC Theater, who we saw earlier, Joyce Milford, our program manager, and our production manager, Kirill Party. For our last production company, we have interns Makaya, Josiah, Kamar, and Maya with Forbidden Creations. Please show them some virtual love.
At the heart of DC stands a culture the world has yet to match. Our music, our food, and our sights stand tall. Despite all the turmoil brought by the pandemic, we are able to move forward with drive and purpose. Why? Make no mistake, these titles have been earned and kept. But what good is the boasting if we don't know what keeps DC's heart beating? Today, we'll be finding out just that. Join the Forbidden Creations on a mission to identify the delight of a district named DC.
This is the Town Hall Education Arts and Recreation Campus, commonly referred to as the ARC. Here has everything from education to extracurriculars to the fine arts. Follow me. Welcome to Levine Music, formerly known as Levine School of Music, home to everything from percussion to string to the woodwind family. Now, I know what you're thinking. This might be just, for anybody from the other side of town or this side of town, but no, it's right here for you, for your family, for your friends, for your neighbors, for your kids, for your sisters and brothers. It's all here for you. Now, I have a lesson to get to, but come on down and join us.
In search of those who serve as the spokes to DC's ever-turning will, we found ourselves in the company of Mahogany Books, who keeps DC strolling smoothly by providing literature made by and for the Black community. A sanctuary for the Black bookworm, if you will.
Hello, I am Josiah Best, and welcome back to the Forbidden Creations podcast. Today we're here at the National Harbor in one of the newly opened Mahogany Books locations. Mahogany Books is a Black-owned business that we would like to highlight. So, what can you tell us about Mahogany Books?
Well, the short story, long story. Short story is we were founded in 2007 as an online bookstore. The entire goal was to sell books written for, by, and about people of the African diaspora across the country. I'm from Southeast. I was born there. I grew up here in PG County. I was lucky enough to be in a position where my mother took me to bookstores that sold books that looked like me. However, outside the city, there aren't many places like that. So I made it, it became my passion, really my goal, to be able to provide that same type of access to books for other people as well.
So, like I said earlier, you just opened your second location. Where do you see this? How do you see this flourishing in the upcoming future?
Well, so we're still getting rooted here. We're still learning, figuring out not figuring out, but getting everything in place. So the bookstore here will also feature a coffee shop that we'll be partnering with another Black-owned business to run a coffee house. So he's going to be serving us coffee here. So we're going to really kind of get into that. We're going to continue doing our events. We want to do some more stuff online using technology to make sure that even if people aren't here locally in the DC area, they can still get access to the services that Mahogany Books offer. So really, we just want to make sure that everything that we have is accessible to anybody, anywhere, anytime, so that they can see themselves in books and just, allow their heritage and history to empower them.
Okay, so to our youth that around the community in Ward 8 and now in District 8, what would you say to them about your store and about reading about Black people in general?
I mean, I think so. What we're doing is specifically for the youth. So remember, what I was saying is that I was inspired by this as a young man at Bowie State University at 19 years old, trying to figure out who I was as a person and where I wanted to go. And books is what helped me figure that out, right? I had to understand who I was, what my history was, without anybody telling me that, right? I did not need someone telling me where I came from, who I was. I needed to find that out for myself. And what these books are, what we specifically do in curating these books, is to provide books that help people find that for themselves, to tell their own story. Once you can tell your own story, you can go out into the world and do whatever you want, right? And this is a manifestation of. We've been working our butts off for the last 14, 15 years. When we started this, I was working a full-time job, doing this when I got off work, right? So really what I want, especially the youth, to understand is that I'm the same as you guys, right? I can't come from the same neighborhood you guys came from, doing the same stuff you guys dealt with. The only thing that got me here was just a belief in myself and work. When it failed, when no one believed in it, when I made mistakes, whatever it was, when I didn't have money for it, I just kept working. That's the only difference. So what I'm hoping that people see from this, especially the youth, that's why I try to show to my daughter, is that you don't have to be super smart. You don't have to be super rich or connected or whatever it is. You can do what you want to do in your Jordans, with your locks, with your braids, whatever it is. Look like you, be authentically you. Just know your passion and be willing to work. And that's it.
So, you heard it first here from Derek Young, the co-founder and owner of Mahogany Books, now with 2 locations, once again in my apologies, here at the National Harbor and in Ward 8, our home. So, thank you so much for watching today. And thank you to Mr. Young and his family for bringing such a wonderful business to our neighborhood and into our community. Once again, thank you.
Peace. Thank you, guys.
I don't know. There's something different about this journey. It's like, I don't know, it's exclusive. Like I'm not supposed to see it. Like I'm forbidden to see it. Like it's a forbidden creation. These thoughts in my head don't go away. I gotta stay focused, keep my head on the track. Gotta keep trying every day. Make sure everyone's okay. We're THEARC. That's exactly where we're supposed to be. Just working hard, trying to help you see. We're Black visionaries. Nothing about that scary. We're Black visionaries. Nothing about that scary. And watch this. They about to start trying to downplay us. Because we just got here. But we ain't going for that. No, we're at the Ark, where we gotta start. Forbidden creations, we on the come up. Step forward, watch out, we got the one up. Our teamwork's incredible. Anything less than the best is simply unacceptable. Put us in the box, we find our way through it. Cause all the things we can do, yeah, it's a movement. We're Black visionaries. Nothing about that scary.
Even with a pandemic threatening to erase the image we've displayed to the world, we persist. By its bare components, a museum are stones stacked on top of each other. Food are ingredients tossed on the grill. And books are mere words on paper. But when you have someone behind those fragments pouring their passion into that craft, You learn that though the world may only care for the final picture, the true magic is found in the artists, bringing their genius to life. At Levine, at Mahogany Books, and of course, at iCAN. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the delight of a district named DC. Thank you for watching.
Wow, give it up for Forbidden Creations. Interns have produced some great work, as you saw. We want to give the audience, you at home, a chance for their vote to be counted. In the chat box, let us know who you think should win first place. In the meantime, we'd like to introduce you to today's judges. Our first judge is Chris Scholar. Chris Scholar is an accomplished singer, songwriter, and video director hailing from the Great Virginia. He has worked with artists such as Chris Brown, Nelly, August Alsina, and DC's very own Raheem Devon, just to name a few. Our next judge is Rhonda Mitchell, who is the Director of Community Services of Villages of Parkland, who has been employed with William C. Smith for 6 years, and she truly enjoys her job. She has a 22-year-old daughter who is the love and joy of her life. And our last judge is Musina. Musina is a Grammy-nominated vocalist, pianist, songwriter, and producer. She's a native of Washington, D.C., and she's also a graduate of Duke Ellington School of the Arts and Howard University. Thank you to all of today's judges. Our first place production company will receive a $1,000 Amazon gift card. We've had a moment to tally up scores, and we've heard from the virtual audience. The scoring was very, very close, but we had to make a decision. For runner-up, we have Jet Productions. And in first place, we have Concrete Roses.
I'm Ayana.
I'm Ariana.
I'm Jovan.
And I'm Kanaya.
And thank you for choosing us.
Great job to all of the teams.
We'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors, who through your generous support, we are able to continue offering training to our technical theater interns, who are aspiring Black and Brown production designers and content creators. Thank you so much to the DC Commission on the Arts and Humanities, Events DC, the National Endowment of the Arts, Howard and Geraldine Pollinger Family Foundation, William C. Smith, the Nora Roberts Foundation, 202 Creates, Paul M. Angel Foundation, Capital One, and Capital Impact Partners. We thank you all again for your generous support. And through this support, we are able to keep our program going through a pandemic. I'm so proud of our technical theater interns. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We hope you share this content with your friends and family and keep spreading the word about our program. Visit us at www.bbardc.org/The Arc Theater. Thank you again for joining us, and we hope you will follow us on Instagram at iCAN@The Arc. Thank you and have a great day.